Astronomy was practiced as astrology. They developed a method for calculating Venus's cycle, and both the Babylonians and Assyrians were able to predict lunar eclipses.
Huge pyramids were built to have a certain astronomical orientation. Certain gods of the Egyptians were seen in constellations that used the stars for agriculture, and many things were built to know when the Nile would flood.
Begun around 3000 BC, probably finally completed around 1500 BC. No one knows for sure the purpose of the Stonehenge, but many have thought that it could have astronomical purposes. It was very hard to build, probably required over 600 men to move one stone. Most weighed around 50 tons, so it wasn't just built just because, like there was a purpose behind all of it.
2nd century BC and 2nd century AD, Chinese astrology has a close relation with Chinese philosophy theory, or the three harmony, heaven, earth, and water, and uses principles of yin and yang concepts such as the Wu Ying teachings, 10 celestial stems.
Born 624 BC, died 546 BC, was a pre-Socratic Greek philosopher and mathematician. Aristotle regards him as first philosopher in Greek tradition.
The sun, moon, earth, and planets revolved around an unseen central fire. This astronomical system was developed in the 5th century BC, later realizing the planets revolve around the sun. This theory helped to create the Pythagorean philosophy.
Some of the first people to research the universe, most of the Western knowledge of the stars was descended from the late work of Babylonian astronomers. Our knowledge of Sumerian astronomy is indirect via the earliest Babylonian star, catalogs dating from about 1200 BCE.
A Greek philosopher from 300 BC, known for his discovery of the Earth being a sphere. He believed the Earth was round and the center of the universe, although he thought this because he could not see the cycle of the stars.
The first person to put forward the idea that the sun was the center of the universe. He also attempted to measure the distance between Earth, Moon, and Sun. However, with limited tech, he wasn't very accurate.
Greek scientist from 276 to 194 BC, the first person to create a good measurement of the size of the Earth.
Greek astronomer from 190 BC, considered the founder of trigonometry, possibly the first person to develop a reliable method for predicting solar eclipses.
For the Mayans, the study of astronomy was extremely important. They believed the stars reflected order in the universe and the gods, rising to power around 250 AD.
Greco-Egyptian writer from 100 AD, creating around 4 books on his scientific and mathematical theories, one of which was used by Columbus trying to find Asia.
Mainly big from the 8th to 15th century, many stars named by Islamic states are still referred to by their Muslim names.
Polish astronomer of the 15th century is famous for his discovery that the sun was in fact the center of the galaxy and not the Earth.
Danish astronomer of the 16th century, known for his accurate and comprehensive astronomical and planetary observations. 1573, he proved supernovas were not comets and further than our own moon.
Italian astronomer, known for writing the laws of motion and mass, Galileo also built one of the first telescopes, all in the 17th century.
17th century German astrologist, best known for his laws on planetary motion, Kepler also helped lay the foundations for Newton's laws on gravity.
17th century astronomer, famous for Newton's laws, however he is also credited with creating calculus.
1656 to 1742, Edmund Halley is best known for predicting the orbit of a comet, later named after him. Halley also made significant discoveries in mathematics, geophysics, meteorology, and physics.
German scientist, he proposed his theory of relativity in 1905 and extended it further in 1915 in the general theory of relativity.
1913 to 1963, best known for his substantial contributions to quantum theory and his Nobel Prize-winning research on the structure of atoms.
In 1925, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics for his discovery of the Pauli exclusion principle.
1901 to 1976, a German physicist who developed new theories in quantum mechanics about the behavior of electrons.
Hubble discovered that the further a galaxy was from Earth, the faster it appeared to move. Hubble also discovered that faint clouds in the universe were actually galaxies, causing us to name the Hubble telescope after him.
Priest. Lemaitre proposed the idea of the universe expanding, publisher of the Hubble constant in 1927. He also proposed the idea of what would later be known as the Big Bang.
Often referred to as father of the atomic bomb, he was appointed scientific director of the Manhattan Project in 1942. 1945, the team succeeded when they created the first nuclear explosion.
After self-educating himself in chemistry and astronomy, he went to the College of Emmanuel. He became an English astronomer. Ironically, he coined the name Big Bang. However, Hoyle did not approve of the idea. During the 1940s, Fred Hoyle was on BBC Radio and coined the name.
On May 20th, 1964, radio astronomers Robert Wilson and Arno Penzias discovered cosmic microwave background radiation. Bell Labs' Holmdel horn antenna in New Jersey picked up an odd buzzing sound. It came from all parts of the sky at all times. They removed all possible sources of interference and discovered the thermal echo of the universe's explosive birth.
Some of the first men to walk on the moon. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong, commander of Apollo 11, walked on the moon. 20 minutes later, lunar module pilot Buzz Aldrin walked on the moon.